question, and I want to clarify this. Do you have concerns with the children's current living situation with mom?
Yes, I do.
Express those concerns to the court?
Enjoy the video, hit the like button.
Elisa.
Elisa, okay. Sorry about that, but that's you, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And you're here today with your attorney, Mr. Valadez, who is on a separate Zoom feed. Is that correct, Mr. Valadez?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Also appearing today through Zoom on video is it Jacoby Rios?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
All right, thank you. And you're sitting there on the same feed with your attorney of record, Mr. Rodriguez, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And now that we've got everybody identified, Mr. Rodriguez, was there something you wanted to address as a free hearing matter?
I've got a little bit of a sore throat, Judge, and if the court doesn't mind, I'm going to be maybe sipping a tea as I present.
And I chug my water out of a bottle, and everybody thinks I'm probably drinking. So that's okay. All right. Then the way this works is since it was Mr. Hawkins' original petition, he will go first, and then Mr. Valadez, and then Mr. Rodriguez. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Hawkins.
The state would like to call Miss Rodriguez.
All right. Ms. Rodriguez, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Mr. Hawkins?
Ma'am, could you please state your full name for the record?
Elisa Monique Rodriguez?
And you were the mother of...
Yes.
How are the two of them covered as far as health insurance goes?
Medicaid?
And do you have any private health insurance available to you at reasonable cost?
No.
And where do the children live currently?
They live with me.
Have they always lived with you?
Yes.
How would you describe your personal relationship to Mr. Rios?
I would say it's pretty, good.
Is there any issue with the two of y'all making decisions about your children together?
No.
Would there be any issue with Mr. Rios having visitation?
No.
Ma'am, are you seeking any retroactive child support today?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to stop you right there.
That's safe for
It's a temporary hearing. That'll be reserved for the final.
force of habit. I apologize, Your Honor.
That's fine, Mr. Hawkins. Go ahead.
Lost my train of thought. I apologize. Do you have any safety concerns with Mr. Rios or any other third party?
No.
This time I pass this witness.
Mr. Valadez?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rodriguez, the two children that are the subject of this proceeding currently live with you at your home on Missouri Street. Is that correct?
Yes.
And who do you live with at that location?
My mom, her boyfriend, my brother and sister.
Do you and the two small children share a bedroom?
Yes.
You currently work for FedEx, is that correct?
Yes.
And whenever you're on your routes, does Jacoby take care of your children?
Yes.
Does that work out fine?
Yes.
So for the purposes of these temporary orders, you realize that you and he can continue to work out your agreements in terms of visitation. But if you cannot agree, you have to follow a visitation schedule. You understand that?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to temporarily award you the exclusive right to decide where your kids will live?
Yes.
And that will be with you?
Yes.
So you live in Fort Stockton?
Yes.
And Jacoby lives in Fort Stockton?
Yes.
So you and Jacoby did live together for a period of time, did you not?
Yes.
From 2020 until last year?
Yes.
So Jacoby has been around the girls enough to be able to take care of their needs. Would you agree?
Yes.
Now, in terms of child support, since you separated, has Jacoby paid you any child support for either of the children?
No.
Has he reimbursed you for either of the children for any money that you spent?
Yes.
On with respect to your oldest daughter, in August of last year, after the separation, did Jacoby reimburse you some money for your daughter's clothes?
Yes.
How much did he reimburse?
Around 200.
And in September of last year, did he reimburse you for the gasoline you spent to take your daughter to El Paso?
Yes.
Does your oldest daughter have an issue with her eyes?
Yes.
Describe to the judge what that issue is with a problem.
Her eye was, she had a weak muscle on her left eye, and she had to get surgery about almost 2 weeks ago
And where was that surgery?
in El Paso.
Is that where you took your daughter to have the doctor look at her again?
Yes.
Did Jacoby reimburse you the cost of the gasoline for that trip?
Yes.
And was that $35?
Yes.
So aside from the $200 he paid, reimbursed you for your daughter's clothes and the $35 for gasoline, has he paid any other amount of money to you for the support of either one of these children?
No.
Has he reimbursed you any other sums?
No.
Has he bought clothes or food that he brought to your home for these children?
No.
With whom does Jacoby live?
With his son.
What type of work does he do?
Jacoby, or
Yeah, Jacoby.
tattooing?
Tattooing?
Yes.
Where does he do his tattooing from?
At his house.
Does he have furniture and equipment in connection with that business?
Yes.
And as far as you know, is all his equipment and furniture paid for?
Yes.
Where was the last place that Jacoby worked, as far as you know, where he actually had an employer besides himself?
At the city of Fort Stockton.
City of Fort Stockton. And what type of work did he do at that location?
I know at one point he was at the landfill.
Okay. And do you know when he ceased working at the city of Fort Stockton?
No.
Okay. And one other question, in terms of his personal business, does that set up as a company or a corporation, or do you know?
Objection calls for speculation, lacks foundation.
If you know.
Well, she can only tell us what she knows, so I'm going to overrule that objection. If you'll answer the question, Ms. Rodriguez, and I don't know is a perfectly acceptable answer.
You can go ahead and answer if you know. If you know the question, answer.
Okay. What was the question again?
Do you know how his business is set up? Is it set up as a corporation or an LLC, or do you know?
No, it's not.
Okay, all right. Now, in terms of any restraints, are you asking the court to impose a restriction that during the time the children are with either of you, there'll be no consumption of alcohol or drugs while the kids are in your possession, or for at least 24 hours before they're in each other's possession?
Yes.
Do you feel that's in the children's best interest?
Yes.
And when you were living with him until the separation, what kind of income was Jacoby earning, if you know?
It really just depended on like the month, like if there was holidays, but it was just always different.
Let's get a little bit more into that. In terms of the service that he provides, you were aware that he was providing tattooing when you were living with him. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you present when he was tattooing his clients?
Yes.
How would they pay him? Cash, check, money order, Venmo,
Cash or Cash App?
or Cash App? All right. And what was the minimum charge that he that for the tattooing services that you were aware of?
100.
The minimum. And how many patients or clients do you think he would have in a week's time, on an average?
Maybe like 10.
In a week.
Yes.
Does Jacoby live in a home that he owns, or does it somebody else own that home?
His parents own it.
Is that the home you and he lived in?
Yes.
And during the time you lived with Jacoby for those 5 years, are you aware that he ever paid his parents rent?
No.
He didn't pay them rent.
No.
Okay. And does Jacoby have a vehicle that he drives?
Yes.
What year, make, and model is his vehicle?
I believe it's a 2013 Chevy Silverado.
And are you aware that he was making, is that vehicle paid for, or do you know?
Yes, it's paid for.
So he has no mortgage as far as you know and no vehicle payments, correct?
Yes.
Yet he's never paid you any form of child support for your daughters.
No.
Is that a correct statement?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Judge.
Mhm.
Ms. Rodriguez, you and I have never met before, correct?
No.
Is the room that you're currently joining this hearing from, is that the room that you share with your daughters when they're with you?
Yes.
And how many people, for example, is that the, are we getting a fair picture of the room there on the screen?
Okay. So,
Okay. And this is your home, ma'am?
yes. Well, it's my mom's.
Okay. What's the address there? Who else resides in that residence with you and your mother?
Her boyfriend and my brother and sister.
And what's the name? What's your mom's boyfriend's name?
Gabriel Rodriguez.
And your brother and sister, how old?
21 and 22.
And what size? If we could explain to the court, kind of what size home is it, so we can have an idea.
It's a 4-bed, 2-bath.
Okay. And I'm assuming the rooms are occupied as your mother and her boyfriend in one room. And I know this is invasive, but we have to kind of know where the kids are and if they're safe, because that's one of the things that we want to inquire about. Your mother and her boyfriend are in one room. Your older brother, obviously your little brother and sister, 21 and 22-year-old, they're in their own separate rooms, and then you have your independent room with the children.
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you had your own separate room?
Since we lived here, about 7 months. Or
Where'd you live before that?
with Jacoby.
And you lived with Jacoby for how many years before that?
5.
You're how old now?
25.
So from 20 to the age of 20 to 25, you resided with Mr. Rios.
Yes.
And did you ever pay rent to him?
No.
Back to the relevance.
Well, they asked about it too, Judge, about the payment of rent, my client paying rent, and paying support for the mother and the children. I think him providing a home and a roof over their head is quite a bit of support.
Okay, but are you under the impression that any court would order retroactive child support, which I'm not sure why we're covering since it's going to be reserved, but that they're going to, if for the time they were living together?
Absolutely not, Judge. What I'm saying is that the allegation is that my client has not provided more than a couple $100s in support, and that's simply not true. And I think it goes to
Okay, and you'll get to put that up, but did you ask if she paid rent to Mr.
Correct. So
Jacoby?
I wanted to know if she was yes, Judge, to know if there was an offset that she was going to claim or something. Like if she's going to say, I lived there, but I personally paid $600. He didn't help me with that.
Object, this is abstract. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I'm going to overrule the objection, but that's I don't think we need to be going much further down the retro road because it's not going to be addressed in the temporary order.
Yes, Judge. Understood.
Okay.
Understood. I'll move on, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Rios has in fact supported you and also your children since their birth, right?
Yes.
And he's done things like provided a home for them for 5 years, or not 5 years necessarily, but during their lifetime, he provided a home up until 7 months ago when y'all moved out.
Yes.
Right. And at some point after you moved out, you thought it was best for Mr. Rios to kind of keep the girls with him until you figured out your living situation, right?
They've been with me since we moved out.
Okay. They haven't stayed over at Mr. Rios' house since in the past 7 months?
Yes, but very rare.
Okay. And when they've stayed with you, all of y'all have stayed in that bedroom, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. Do the young girls have their own bathroom?
No, we all share a bathroom.
Okay. And you don't know anybody else, Mr. Rios, he doesn't have any little brothers or sisters living in his home, does he?
Just his son,
His son is how old, you know?
21.
Okay. Do you know if he still lives there as of 7 months ago? And today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you do for work?
I'm a delivery driver,
And who do you drive for?
FedEx.
And how long have you been employed at FedEx?
About 7 months.
And did you start off as a delivery driver?
Yes.
Okay. What's your rate of, how are you paid? Are you paid hourly?
No, daily.
And how does that work? I'm assuming you're just given a route, and once you complete that route, no matter how long it takes, you get the same amount?
Yes.
Okay. What's the daily rate?
170.
And how many, what would you say you earn a month?
A little over 2,000.
Okay. That calculator right there, please. Calculator. Yeah. Okay. Let me just do some math real quick. Ms. Rodriguez. So that's 11 days a month, about 12 days a month, something like that.
Well, I work 5 to 6 days a week, so it just depends.
Oh, so it's way more than if you're working 5 to 6 days a week and you're paid a daily rate. Let's say you work 5 days a week at 170 a day. That comes out to $850 a week.
Yes, and then taxes.
Right, but just gross for now. You think you make about $850 or so a week?
Well, before taxes, yes.
Okay, and so it's you make more than $2,000 a month. Is my
Yes.
all right? What's your rent that you're paying? How much is that?
I don't pay.
Okay. What about groceries and things like that? Do you know what that expense is?
About 500 a month.
Okay. And then what other expenses do you have? Do you have a car expense right now?
Yes.
I object to the relevance of these questions.
Well, I'm going to overrule that because if he wasn't asking, I was. If custody is an issue, if I give custody, if I put the children with Mr. Rios, then Miss Rodriguez would be the one paying child support.
Very
So
well.
I would need that information if that's the way it goes. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
So go ahead, Mr. Rodriguez.
Do you have a car payment, ma'am?
Yes.
How much is that?
617.
What kind of car do you drive?
A 2018 Dodge Charger.
When did you acquire that vehicle?
I believe it was either 2019 or 2020.
Let me rephrase my question. Did you have that vehicle prior to separating from Mr. Rios?
No, we got it together.
Okay. And then who was paying for that auto loan at that time when you were together?
He was.
Okay. And then when you moved out, did you take the Charger and agree to take over the loan?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Rios continued to provide support in the form of paying for insurance for a few months, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. Does he still pay for insurance for that vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how much that insurance is?
No.
Okay.
Like, it's around 200, I believe.
Okay. Do you have the daycare or childcare expenses that you're incurring right now?
No.
And who's caring for the children when you're at work?
My oldest is in school, and either Jacoby or my grandma will keep my
Okay.
youngest.
Who watches? Who takes the kids, your oldest, to school?
I do.
Okay. So your job starts, I'm assuming, after you take her, or you take a break and go take her.
I go take her and then I go in.
Okay. And then how long does your route normally last, you think?
I go in about 8:15 and I'm back by 2 or 3. I'm back.
Okay. What's the latest you've ever been back?
The latest, like 7.
Okay. How often does that happen?
It's not rare. Like maybe once a month, if even.
Okay. Otherwise, you're often pretty much by 5.
Yes.
Okay. At that, when you get off, do you immediately go pick up your children?
Yes.
Okay. And you have entrusted, you do trust Mr. Rios to care for y'all's children while you're at work. You don't have any issues with that?
For the most part, yes, I trust him.
What other living expenses for the children do you incur a month that would be deducted from your pay that you're paying for out of your own pocket right now?
Well, I buy them their clothes.
And how much would you say you spend on clothes a month? Because I know children grow like beanstalks, but I wouldn't say that you necessarily buy them clothes every month. But if you average it out, how much a month?
Maybe 50.
Okay, so that's not much. That's not a big expense amount. That's good. What other expenses?
If my daughter has to take stuff to school, like sometimes I'll have projects or their class will have to take like snacks and stuff. So
Okay. How much would you say you spend a month on that?
I don't know. I guess I'd say like the same 50.
Okay. What other expenses?
Gas.
Just normal transporting children around and them being with you.
Yeah.
What would you say you spend on that a month?
About 100.
Okay. What else, ma'am?
I believe that's it. Other than food and
Yeah. And food you said was how much were you spending?
about 500 a month.
Okay. What kind of? are y'all going out to eat? Or are you? How are you? What is it? How is $500 a month being spent on food? I'm not challenging it. I just want to know how it's being spent.
Like groceries, just going to the store.
Okay. Versus restaurants, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's you're netting then a month. If we subtract the taxes, I would say you net about 2,500. Is that right?
I'm not 100% sure.
Do you get pay stubs normally? Is that how you get paid for FedEx?
Yes.
Okay, and they would show, like your last pay stub would show what your year to date is and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay, and how do you access that pay stub? Do they give you a paper copy or online?
Online.
All right. Do you have any issues accessing it online normally?
No.
All right. They probably use a company like ADP or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And do you have any aspirations for moving out of the county?
Not as right now.
Okay. You don't have any like school that you've applied to or anything like that anywhere?
No.
Okay. For the foreseeable future, you see your future with FedEx right now as the way forward.
Yes.
All right. In Mr. Rios' relationship with your children, what is one thing that you've seen that you've stood out to you with his relationship with Asmaray, for example, that's a positive thing that you appreciate?
That I appreciate.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm, I don't know.
Okay. And what about same question for Maleo?
I don't know.
Okay. Jacoby's parents don't live in the home that he lives in, right?
No,
They haven't lived, and they never lived there when you lived there, correct?
no.
It's always been Jacoby who's been living there. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Pass the witness.
Mr. Hawkins?
No more questions from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, do you have any other children besides these two?
No, I'm pregnant right now.
Okay. All right, Mr. Valadez, any other questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Who is the father of your unborn child?
It's Abrian Sanchez.
All right, thank you. No other questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Rodriguez?
Just a few on the identity of the father of the child that she's pregnant with, if I may, Judge.
Okay.
How do you spell his name? How do you spell his name, Ms. Rodriguez?
Abrian.
And are you currently dating Mr. Well, you said his last name is what?
Sanchez.
Are you currently dating Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Does he too stay in the room with you there with the children?
Yes, sometimes.
How often would you say?
About maybe 4 times a week, 5.
Does he have children that also stay there with you?
No,
Okay. And how far along are you?
5 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Seriously, I mean that. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Hawkins?
No questions for the state from this witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Valadez?
No, I got it. No more questions.
All right. Anything, next witness, Mr.
The
Hawkins?
state would like to call Mr. Rios.
All right, Mr. Rios, if you'd raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Go ahead, Mr. Hawkins.
Mr. Rios, can you please state your full name for the record?
Jacoby B. Rios.
And Mr. Rios, you are the father of Asmaray and Malaya?
Yes, sir.
Apologize if I butchered that. And are you currently employed right now, sir?
No.
Have you recently been employed?
I was self-employed,
What kind of work were you doing?
tattooing.
But you're not doing that right now?
No.
And why is that?
Your Honor, if I may interject, and I want to raise an objection to the question because and ask the court for a brief period of time to confer with my client on potentially pleading the Fifth Amendment, standing on his Fifth Amendment rights, Your Honor. And I think that the questioning now is getting into the point at which it may be implicated. I just want to make sure that Mr. Rios is aware that he has that right and that he can assert it if he so chooses, or he can answer the question if he chooses not to stand on it.
All right, so we'll take a brief recess for you to confer with your client. That's
Yes.
the upshot,
Yes, sir.
the upshot of what you're asking for. Yes, we'll take a brief recess. Y'all just mute and go off video, but try to keep it within just a couple of minutes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wants to take a break real quick? You're welcome to do so.
Briefly run to the restroom then, Your Honor.
All right. For you, Mr. Rodriguez, if the courthouse is ever closed and we're zooming, we're zooming.
I love it.
Okay.
Did you hear that? I was telling my assistant who's taking notes. I was telling her we need to pay attention to that.
Yeah. That unless but we take into consideration you might not have power, and that might be why you're not calling in. I had one attorney here one time call in that in 2021 we had that big one. All he had was his flashlight. He had no power, but he called in and said, "I have no power." We thought, "Go away." All right, Mr. Hawkins, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we're back on the record in P13248-112CV in the interest of the Rios children. And Mr. Hawkins had asked Mr. Rios a question, and Mr. Rodriguez, is he going to answer that?
I'll leave it up to Mr. Rios, Judge, if he's going to answer it.
All right. Mr. Rios, after your consultation with the attorney, are you going to answer Mr. Hawkins' question?
What was the question again?
Why you're no longer tattooing?
I got reported to the state for tattooing without a license in my home.
Okay. And what was the most recent kind of like standard job that you held?
Standard job?
Typical 9 to 5, something like that.
Oh, that was with the city of Fort Stockton.
And that was back in 2018, if I heard correctly?
I worked up there up until the end of 2017.
And do you remember how much you made working there?
I don't.
Okay. Are you currently looking for any kind of employment like that?
No, sir.
What type of employment are you looking for?
Well, I mean, right now I do also know how to do construction and stuff, and I'm doing a job for my sister.
Just like she's paying you directly kind of thing?
Yes.
But you have construction experience?
Yes.
Do you think you and Miss Rodriguez could make decisions about the children together?
Yes.
And as far as visitation goes, if, let's say, hypothetically, kids were placed with you, would there be any issue with her having visitation?
Not at all.
And then kind of same question, vice versa. Do you have any issue, any specific kind of visitation if she has custody?
No.
Okay. Do you have any private insurance available to you, sir?
No, sir.
Do you have any other children?
Yes.
And are those kiddos under the age of 18?
Yes.
How many children
Exactly.
under the age of 18 do you have?
2.
And are you court obligated to support them, or do either of those kiddos live with you?
My 2 daughters, they don't live with me, and I am obligated to pay child support for them.
And just to make, for clarification's sake, 2 daughters separate than the 2 we're talking about today?
Yes, separate.
Okay, so 4 total?
I have my 4 daughters and my son.
Your son is 21 though?
Yes, he's 21.
Okay. This time I pass this witness, Your Honor.
Just to be clear, Mr. Rios, your son is out of high school, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and he's capable of supporting himself.
Yes, he is.
Okay, they're just things I need to know. All right, Mr. Valadez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Rios, you mentioned 2 other children, 2 daughters. What are their ages?
13 and 16.
What's the amount of child support you ordered to pay for those 2 children?
It's $526.
How often are you ordered to pay that?
I'm sorry?
How often are you ordered to pay that $526?
It's every month.
When were you? When was that order entered? When did you start? When were you ordered to start making those payments?
I don't remember.
You remember how old your daughters were when you were ordered to pay child support?
I want to say they were 2 and 5.
Are you current in support?
Objection of relevance, Your Honor.
I'll sustain that for today.
What was the question?
Oh, you're not gonna
Oh,
answer.
okay.
You're aware that this action that we're in front of this judge, of Judge Lewis with today, was filed in August of that. Are you aware that this lawsuit, this SAPSR, was filed in August of 2025?
Oh, yes.
And the records from the clerk's office reflect that on August the 11th of 2025, you were served with this. Remember that?
Yes.
You read the English language?
Yes, sir.
Did you read this this document that was served on you on August the 11th?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that on paragraph 10 of that petition, you were requested to produce income information for the last 2 years? You were requested to produce payroll and check stubs, and you were requested to produce insurance policies. You read that?
Yes.
And that request was supposed to have occurred. You're supposed to make that production within 30 days of having been served. You're aware of that too, aren't you?
Yes.
So that was, those documents were due on September the 11th of 2025.
Okay.
Did you produce them?
Yes.
To who?
I believe I turned them into my attorney.
And are you aware of whether or not those documents have been provided to the Attorney General's office or to my office?
No, I'm not aware.
You have them there now?
I don't know.
Are you not, you don't see those documents that you produced to your lawyer in front of you at this time?
You just have a notebook with the pleadings.
No, sir.
Those are pleadings. Those aren't income information. That's not payroll stubs, and that's not insurance policy. So let's make sure you understand my question. On page 2 of that petition, paragraph 10, as a request for the production of certain documents. Where are those documents that you were supposed to produce back in September of last year?
I don't know.
Whenever you were working as a tattoo artist, was that here in Fort Stockton?
Yes.
When did you begin doing that kind of work?
I mean, I started doing that when I was 15.
When did you stop doing that kind of work?
When did I stop?
Yeah, you said earlier you were reported to the state, so you had to stop. When did you stop tattooing?
I think it was December 17th.
Of 2025?
Yes.
How were you paid when you were doing that kind of work?
Either cash or Cash App.
And when you received Cash App, what was the name of the account that Cash App was under?
Jacoby Rios Tats.
The Jakobi in Rios, is that one word or is it going to be 2 words?
It's all together.
So Jacoby Rios, and what was the last? Tats?
Yes, TATTS.
Did you produce that income information from the Cash App to the state on September the 11th or anytime after that?
Yes, I was able to go back and produce the record as far back as I could go.
Did you look at it?
Did I look at it? Yes.
How much did you report in income through Cash App in 2025?
I haven't.
Why?
I don't really know how.
You don't file tax returns?
No, sir.
You've never filed tax returns?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's part of the request for production. I don't see how that's not relevant.
He's asking for all time, Your Honor.
Okay. I think that's fair, so I'll partially sustain it if you'll put a
Okay.
time frame on that for him, Mr. Valdez.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The request for production was for tax returns for the last 2 years. Are you telling the court you haven't filed a tax return in the last 2 years?
Yes.
So what was your custom rate for your clients when you were tattooing?
What is that?
How much did you charge to tattoo?
Oh, well, that just depends on the artwork that they want.
What's the
It's
minimum?
never
Okay. What's the minimum rate? What's the cheapest?
60.
What's the most expensive?
Mm, I think the most expensive one that I've ever done was like $3,800.
How many clients do you have on an average per week?
Maybe 2 or 3.
And this was for a period of how many years?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor, as to scope. It's it's going back further than is relevant, Your Honor.
For the last 2 years, how many clients did you have per week?
I can't say. I mean, it's always it's always fluctuating. There's some weeks that I don't have anything.
You heard
I
the testimony earlier, Mr. Rodriguez, that you were charging about $100 per client, and the average was about 10 clients per week. Do you hear her testify to that?
Yes,
Do you agree or disagree with that?
that was false.
You don't disagree. You don't agree then.
I don't agree.
But you can't tell the court how many clients you had per week the last two years.
I haven't calculated an average.
And you said that Cash App account was produced to your lawyer?
Yes.
And did you produce any other income information to your attorney in connection with that request that was sent to you?
No, sir.
How long have you been working for your sister?
Just since I got reported to the state.
Since December?
Yes.
How much have you been paid by your sister?
So far, she's gave me $50 for gas and $250 to draw out plans for her.
Have you started the construction yet?
No, sir.
How do you survive on $250 for plans, a one-time payment, and for $50 for gas? How do you survive?
I've had savings.
How much do you have in your savings account?
Right now, maybe like 1,000.
Where else do you get money to survive?
Just little jobs here and there. I had one of my neighbors asked if I could do some plumbing work for him.
Did you do it?
Yes.
How much were you paid?
He gave me 80.
He gave you what?
80.
$80.
Yes.
What other little jobs have you done here and there?
I've been doing some work for my parents.
What kind of work?
Construction,
What kind of construction?
remodeling, or I would say converting a room into a restroom.
How much were you paid for that?
They don't pay me in money. They help out with stuff,
Like what?
with groceries and stuff.
So they buy your groceries?
Not necessarily, no.
Well, when you say, explain what your answer is. You said they help me out with groceries and stuff. What does that mean?
I mean, since I do the work there at their house, my mom provides like lunch for me.
So right now, you realize that from the testimony that your two little girls live with my client. I mean, you're not disputing that at this point, are you?
What was that?
The two children of this matter live with Mrs. Rodriguez, with Miss Rodriguez, don't they?
I would say it's basically split. Like, it's pretty even. They're either with me or they're with her.
All right. Your testimony is they're not living with their mother. Is that what you're saying today? You're under oath.
Yes.
You're telling the judge that they live with you part-time.
Yes.
Tell the judge when they stay with you. When do they live with you?
Well, for the most part, like when she's at work, Malea's with me. If it wasn't for Asmary being in school, she would be with me during that time too. So from Monday to Friday, they're with me until Elisa gets out of work for the day. Then they go with her.
All right. So what time do they get to your house on Monday?
I pick up Malaya at 7:30 in the morning from Elisa's. And then I pick up Asmary from school at 3 o'clock.
And what time do they go back to their mom?
That just depends on what time she gets out of work.
What's the latest?
I want to say the latest that she's ever picked them up was 10 p.m.
And what's the average?
I would say about 5
5
or 6. Yes.
Just to make sure, you pick them up at 7:30. You keep them while Elisa is at work, and she picks them up on the average at 5 p.m.
Yes.
And then they go back with her.
Yes.
How much can you pay in support for these children the judge orders you to pay?
At this moment, I don't know until I can find a job.
Well, so you have no income.
I haven't had an income since December 17th.
So if the judge were to award them to you, how are you going to feed 2 children with no income?
I'm in the process of getting things in order with my business.
So the kids have to wait until you get your business in order before they eat? Is that what you're telling the court?
No, they don't have to wait. I mean, like I said, I have this upcoming construction job with my sister that I look forward to getting paid for.
So until then, how are you going to support your children? What are they going to eat?
How am I going to support them?
Yeah, you don't have a job.
I mean, I can go today or tomorrow and start on the construction and they'll pay me for the day.
All right. And how much will you start? If you started your construction today, how much would you start earning?
I would say I think they would probably pay me like 150 for the day.
150 a day. Okay. How many days a week do you think you would work?
I think the job that they have for me right now, which is just the windows, I think it'll take me about 2 weeks.
But would that be 5 days a week?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm on a schedule, because I still leave my time flexible for my kids. So I'm gonna work around what they need.
Mr. Rodriguez, my question to you is, how are you going to support the kids? Where are you going to get the money? You're telling the court that you're looking forward to a construction job with your sister. You're telling the court that that's going to pay you $150 a day. I'm trying to figure out how you're going to feed children if you don't even work.
I have many ways I can make money.
How?
I mean, I'm an artist. I can do a lot of artwork, I'm actually doing another job at the moment, painting a basketball for somebody that they're paying me for.
So it's fair to say you're capable of working. Is that the first statement?
Yes.
You're capable of earning income.
I'm capable of what?
Earning income.
Yes, I am.
So you're just as capable of paying child support as you're capable of working. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, I'm capable of it.
Pass away.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Mr. Rios, it almost sounds like you don't have any way to feed your children right now. Is that true?
It sounds like that, yes.
But is that true?
No, it's not true.
During the time that you keep your children, you feed them, don't you?
Yes.
Have they ever missed a meal?
No.
And one way or another, you are going to find a way to feed your children. Is that right?
Yes.
And your children have they ever lacked for anything?
No.
Clothing, shelter, anything like that?
No.
You spend a majority of your child's waking days, at least the youngest one, with her, correct?
Yes.
Of her waking hours during the day.
Yes.
She's 2 years old, right?
Yes.
Your older child is 3 years old.
Yes.
What school is the 3-year-old in?
She's in Head Start.
Okay. And is Head Start something that is an expense to either you or Miss Rodriguez?
Yes.
Who pays that, and how much is it?
I mean, really, the only expense that I've had is for like school projects, and that's pretty much it.
Have you ever had a problem paying for any school project material?
No.
Have you ever had a problem paying for or causing good shoes and clothes to be on your children?
No.
Have they ever lacked for school supplies that you know of?
No.
Will they ever? And if you're appointed as the primary conservator in this case, will you be able to provide and take care of your children at how they've been taken care of so far?
Yeah, for sure.
And a matter of fact, has Miss Rodriguez ever told you that she doesn't think you're capable of taking care of the children?
Object to say, Your Honor.
She's a party opponent, Your Honor.
I'll overrule the objection.
Has Miss Rodriguez ever told you that she does not, that she's only ever, in this hearing at least, said that she's okay with the way that you care for the children, right?
Yes.
Has she ever told you anything different?
No.
Okay. Has she told you other positive things about the way you parent your children other than what we heard today?
Has she? Yes.
Like what?
I mean, she's told other people that I do.
Object to what? Your Honor, objection to what she told other people would be hearsay.
I'll rephrase, Your Honor.
Very good. And I sustain.
Yes, Your Honor. Has she ever told you that you're a good dad?
Yes.
And has she ever praised any specific qualities about your parenthood?
Yes.
Like what?
Just the fact that I'm there for everything. You know, all the times that I've been there for every single doctor's appointment, never missed one. I mean, she's told me, she's gave me her appreciation before.
Let me ask you this: has Miss Rodriguez made every doctor's appointment?
Yes.
And you have too as their father?
I have a couple of times.
Why is that? Why did you go to those doctor's appointments?
For my daughter's support.
It was important to you?
Yes.
Are your children happy with you?
Yeah.
What makes you believe that they're happy with you, other than just knowing your own children? What physical things do you see in them, observe in them, that makes you think they're happy with you?
Well, when I pick them up, they get excited. When I go to pick them up, they shout my name, or they shout out "Daddy." They sound real excited to see me. They run up to me. They give me hugs. Just the positive energy that comes from them.
Okay, and on the flip side of the coin, what about when they're leaving? Is it difficult for them to leave you when they do?
Sometimes.
Okay. Have you ever observed it being difficult for them to leave mom when you go to pick them up?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. And would you say that's about equal or slanted one way or the other?
It's about equal.
Okay. Normal kids not wanting to separate from their parents, would you say? Would you attribute that to?
Yes.
Okay. And again, how long is the 3-year-old Asmaray at school before you pick her up? How many hours
Is she with me?
is she at school?
She's at school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay. And at 3 p.m. you're picking her up
Yes.
every day?
For the most part, yes.
If it's not you, who else picks up?
Elisa's grandma.
And that's Miss Rodriguez's grandmother. And do you have any issues with that?
No.
You do have some concerns, though. Earlier, you were asked a question, and I want to clarify this. Do you have concerns with the children's current living situation with mom?
Yes, I do.
Express those concerns to the court?
My main concern is the fact that the guy that she's dating, that Elisa's dating, he stays the night there, and they all share a room, and I don't feel like that's appropriate for the girls.
Why do you feel that way? Give the judge, help her to understand where you're coming from.
I mean, they're fresh in their relationship, and I mean, things could get heated in the moment, and regardless if the girls are there, I know sometimes, you know, you can control the urge to not want to be intimate, and I don't like the fact that my girls are in the same room with them, you know.
Do you know if have your daughter spent any overnight periods of time with you since you separated from Miss Rodriguez?
Yes.
How many overnight periods have they had with you?
So up until our first Zoom hearing,
Which was when?
I think that was back in August.
Okay, up until then, what?
Okay, so up until then, they pretty much stayed with me every single night.
Was Miss Rodriguez staying there at the home with you at that time?
No.
Okay, so you had him alone overnight.
Yes.
Okay, and how long did that go for?
That I had them overnight
Correct.
until our first hearing
Which was when?
in August.
Okay, and then at first hearing, what happened? Miss Rodriguez, did she change her position on whether they could stay with you or not?
Immediately, she changed up everything. She stopped letting them stay with me.
Do you know why?
I don't know why. I just believe that she did it to try to gain the upper hand.
Okay. Has she kept the children from you at any other point in time?
Yes.
And what on what basis?
On what basis?
Yeah, like why did she keep them from you?
Because she was upset.
With what? With any safe? Was it because you were unsafe around the children?
No.
Was it for some other external reason?
External reasons.
Okay. Do you feel like if you're appointed as the primary parent, that despite the fact that she hasn't at times not let you see the children, that you'll always let her see the children according to the possession schedule that's put in place, so long as it's safe?
Yes.
Okay. Are you asking the court to not allow overnight periods of possession with mom, so long as there's another adult male who's in a romantic relationship living in the same room?
Yes.
Do you think that kind of protection is necessary for your child, despite the fact you don't have any specific allegations of inappropriate conduct?
Yes. I feel is what's best for them.
Okay. When they're with you, where do they stay? They
have their own room.
Each of them?
No, they share a room.
Okay. And give the courts an idea about your living arrangement. We're in my office today, but if we were in your home, and describe your home for the court just briefly, in terms of what kind of environment the children are in.
I mean, it's pretty open space. They have their own room. They have I have a set of bunk beds, which is right now, since they're still little, they're sharing a twin size bed. They both can fit on there. I have my own room, and I was in the process of adding another room, which with everything going on, that came to a hold.
Let me pause you right there. Everything going on, are you referring to the Board of Licensing coming to you to talk to you?
Yes.
And that was because they believed somebody made a claim that you were...
Jefferson, Your Honor, this is leading.
I was just recapping, Your Honor.
It's also hearsay.
I'll move on.
Overrule it anyway.
Okay. Mr. Rios, what's the current status of your tattoo operation?
I'm just in the process of getting things in order.
Are you currently operating your any kind of tattoo operation?
No.
Has that impacted your income?
Yes, it has.
Okay. Are you actively taking steps to get be able to be licensed and to operate your tattoo operation again?
Yes.
Is that your long-term goal?
Yes, it is.
Have you been successful financially with that operation in years past?
Yes.
And even though you don't have a steady job right now, nonetheless, you feel like you have the means to be able to financially to care for your children appropriately?
Yes, I mean, I'll do whatever means I have to, you know, if it means working on a painting, if it means, you know, doing a construction job, you know, I'm able to provide as needed.
And you never have ever been able to not provide?
No.
Do your parents don't live at your home, and how long have they not lived there? It's been the whole time that you've known Miss Rodriguez, right?
I can say I've lived in the home for over 20 years, maybe 25 years.
By yourself?
Yes.
Okay. And is that your home or your parents' home?
Legally, the home is under their name,
Okay.
but they have verbally told me that the house is mine.
So in other words, either they gifted it to you already, or they're going to gift it to you some way or another. But you've taken the position it's your home.
Yes.
They're not going to evict you one day.
Oh, no.
Do you have a healthy relationship with your parents?
Yes, I do.
Who else gets to be in these children's lives when they're with you? Your parents, I'm assuming, and who else?
Yes, my parents, my son, my sister.
What's your son and your sister's relationship like with the children?
Very loving.
And how often do they see each other?
My son, they get to see my son almost every day because he lives with me. My sister, she lives in Imperial, so it's, you know, maybe once a week.
There's a big age discrepancy between your son and the girls, but what's is it a decent relationship, as decent as you could be with a 21-year-old and a 3 and 2-year-old?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Does he, and you feel that he loves them?
He does.
He would protect them?
He would.
Okay. You're not trying to deny or asking the court to deny Miss Rodriguez possession for any other reason other than this third-party adult male living in the same bedroom with your children, right?
No, I don't want to take the girls away from her.
You want the girls to have a healthy, consistent relationship with their mother?
Yes.
Would you ask for child support? Are you asking the court for child support to be awarded and order Miss Rodriguez to pay to you, or no?
Yes.
Do you know about how much would you feel like would be fair if you're established as the primary parent?
I mean, just whatever, I guess, based on her income, you know. I'm asking just for a fair.
And what if the amount's $150 a month? Would you complain about that?
No, I wouldn't complain about that.
All right. Past wins.
Mr. Rios, when you're doing the construction work, who takes care of the kids?
My parents.
Who pays the taxes on that property that you live in?
I do.
So to get a license to do tattooing, you need to be certified, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you gotta have, or so you need licensed.
Yes, I need a license.
Okay, what is involved in getting that license?
I need a suitable building.
Okay, that's the only thing?
And just to pay for the license.
Okay, they don't require any training or any testing or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And how long are you expecting this to take? Since you have no income and you have $1,000 in the bank, where are you going to get another building?
I have 2 other opportunities to work in 2 different buildings.
Okay.
And basically pay a rent,
Right.
like a booth rent.
All right. So like a hairstylist would do.
Yes.
You rent the space for you to do. Okay. And how long do you think before you're up and running?
I can go and have a conversation today with both people and figure out something.
You haven't done that yet?
No, I was in the process of trying to get permission from the city to continue to tattoo out of my house.
Okay.
But that takes a little while, and the house has to be under my name.
Okay.
So
Okay.
can I say something?
Not yet. Okay, Mr. Hawkins, any other questions for Mr. Rios?
No, Your Honor, state rests.
Mr. Valadez, any other questions for Mr. Rios?
Yes, Your Honor. What's the cost of that license for your tattooing?
It's around 1,000.
And how much will you owe before the end of this month on property taxes?
How much will I owe for the end of this?
They're due this month. How much are you going to have to pay for property taxes? You just testified you're going to pay.
I've already paid half of it, so I believe I owe around $2,500.
So you paid $2,500 and now you owe $2,500?
Yes.
When did you pay the first $2,500?
It was at the end of November.
Where did you get the money?
It was part of the money that I had saved.
And we're going to get the money to pay the $2,500 that you owe for before the end of the month.
If I can't make the money for the project by then, I mean, my sister and her husband, you know, they're willing to help me out however they can, so I wouldn't doubt that they would pay me up front for the work just to help me out.
I have no other questions.
Okay, Mr. Rodriguez, did you have any other questions for your client?
Briefly, Your Honor. Mr. Rios, the judge asked you some questions about what it takes to operate a tattoo business, and you mentioned a building and paying a license, applying and paying a license fee. Did the Board of Licensing, when they came to visit you at your home, did they look at your whole operation there?
Yes, they did.
Did you open your door to them and let them come in freely?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you know at the time that you didn't have to do that?
No.
Okay, but you wanted to comply with the investigation.
Yeah, for sure.
And they told you what you needed to do.
Yes, they actually guided me through what was necessary.
Okay. With the bill, are you saying that your first plan was to try to do it out of your home still, but that takes some time, and so you're looking at 2 other buildings?
Yes.
What 2 other buildings are you looking at?
Headways and Studio One.
Okay, and those are local salons in Fort Stockton?
Yes.
And are either of them already, qualify as a building in which you can go once you have a license?
Yes, as far as I know, yes.
Okay. And that would be both of those buildings?
Yes.
These are things that you looked into to figure out before
Yes.
this hearing, right?
Yes, we've already had the conversations about it.
And in other words, you're being diligent about figuring out the next step and how to continue your tattoo business.
Yes, it's my business, so I'm just weighing out the pros and cons.
If you've thought about also how you're going to afford to live for the next month and a half, right?
Yes.
$1,000 might not sound much to a lot of people, but the $1,000 you have saved, is that something that can sustain you for 2-3 months at your current, I'll call it burn rate?
No.
How long can with $1,000 coupled with what you're making right now a month, how long can you live like that?
With 1,000, like 2 months maybe.
Okay. And that includes with paying for the necessities for your children, like food? Right?
Yes.
Transportation?
Yes.
And you have a reliable car?
Yes.
Does Ms. Rodriguez have a reliable vehicle as far as you know?
Yes.
Does she have car seats installed in her vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. And you do as well?
Yes.
Okay. Are you at all stressed that how about how you're going to provide for your children if the court appoints you as the primary conservator? I mean, does that stress you out at all, or you know you can do it?
I'm not stressed out at all. I know I can.
Pass the witness.
I'm going to point out that $1,000 is going to be entirely eaten up by your child support obligation over the next 2 months. You don't get to not pay that, Mr. Rios.
Yes.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Hawkins, from this
No,
witness?
Your Honor.
Anything else from this witness, Mr. Valadez?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask your client, Mr. Rodriguez?
No, Judge.
Okay. Any other evidence or witnesses, Mr. Hawkins?
Stay at rest, Your Honor.
Anything else you want to present, Mr. Valadez?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
Okay. Anything else you want to present, Mr. Rodriguez?
We rest, Your Honor.
Okay. I am willing to let y'all have brief closings if you want, but we're going to take a brief recess while I consider the facts and kind of just give myself a couple of minutes to digest that. So if anybody else needs to take a restroom break or anything like that, you're welcome to do so. And I will be back in just a couple of minutes. Okay? And we're in recess.
There to wait.
Okay, thank you. I just half expected him to be moved. Okay, all right. And we are back on the record in P13248-112 CV in the interest of the Rios children. Mr. Hawkins, did you want to make any close?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Valadez, did you want to make a close?
Yes, Your Honor, just briefly.
Okay.
Your Honor, I think the testimony speaks loudly about Mr. Rios's abilities. First, he has no income that he was willing to share with the court. He has basically no steady job, no insurance for the children, no compliance with the request to produce the income information that was sent to him. No attempt to obtain possession of his children prior to the SAFSR being filed by the Attorney General's office. It appears to be nothing more than a knee-jerk reaction to the petition to avoid paying support. Support in addition to the support that he's currently obligated to pay of $526 a month. So I think Mr. Rios has a motive for asking the court to award him custody, and it's not because of his interest in the children. It's to avoid additional obligations that he's currently obligated to pay for other children. I think the testimony is clear that my client has had possession of these children since they separated, has had no meaningful support from Mr. Rios for these two children. Mr. Rios has no definitive plans on how he's going to feed them if the court were to award him temporary support. I would ask the court to consider the best interest of the children and leave those children with my client in order to pay Mr. Rios support at the minimum, at this point, minimum wage sum in order for him to also reimburse the state the 6% for the Medicaid for these children. Thank you.
Okay, 9%.
9?
Prorated share of 9% is the magic number, just so you know. Mr. Rodriguez, would you like to make a closing?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I want to address a couple things. Excuse me. Just a couple things that Mr. Valadez said is that just to make sure that I emphasize what the testimony was, and so that I feel good about knowing the court heard that. Definitive plans to feed the children is what Mr. Valadez said. No case that I've ever been a part of or sat in on has anybody ever been has anybody ever been required to plan how they're going to feed their children the meals that they have going forward for any amount of time. What Mr. Rios did testify to, Judge, is that he's always supported his children. He'll find a way, and he's talked about all the all these jobs, these side jobs that he can pick up until he gets his business established. And to the contrary about Mr. Rios's diligence, the testimony, the only testimony that is admitted into evidence was testimony along the lines of the diligence that Mr. Rios has already undergone to figure out where licensing, who has it. This just happened within right before the Christmas holiday, and we've had the whole beginning of the new year to get started. And he knows everything so far. he hasn't made a decision yet because he's as he testified, he's weighing his options and figuring out what's the best route. That should be a normal thing that people do, and it doesn't mean that they aren't diligent. He's gone and figured all this stuff out by himself. The children lived with Mr. Rios up until this SAPSR was filed. So this was not a knee-jerk reaction by Mr. Rios to avoid paying, being ordered to pay child support. In addition to child support, he's already ordered to pay. This was a reaction by Mr. Rios to protect his children, to keep them in the home that they were raised in for their whole lives, to keep the children out of a bedroom that they share with their mother who's recently pregnant and this third party that we know nothing about. They could have offered testimony about the character of this person, and they didn't offer any of that. It's just it looks wrong, Judge. It has the appearance of just not being appropriate, but I think the concerns for a parent above and beyond that are real. If just putting myself in Mr. Rios' shoes, I think that the best interest of the child is best served by making sure that there's some kind of protection in an order that prevents that from happening, at least for a certain period of time or until some condition is met, like the parties are engaged, or I think it's an amount of time that elapses, because I've seen parties go and get engaged for just to meet the requirement to be able to stay together. Mr. Rios is the allegation that he hasn't paid child support, he hadn't supported his children is false, Judge. They live with them. He supported not only his children, he supported Miss Rodriguez for all of her 20s so far, by providing her home, food, transportation. You heard Miss Rodriguez testify that Mr. Rios paid that car payment for her, so he's clearly capable of providing. Judge, we'd ask that the court appoint Mr. Rios the temporary sole managing conservator, and be the temporary sole managing conservator so long as this gentleman resides with Ms. Rodriguez, or until Ms. Rodriguez can find a safer living situation. We'd ask that a standard possession schedule or a 50-50 possession, whatever schedule the court believes is appropriate based on the evidence, be imposed, but that the overnights not be permitted until those conditions are met. Child support, Judge, but that Mr. Rios be appointed as the conservator with the sole right to designate the primary residence of the child, and we'd also ask that Ms. Rodriguez be appointed as temporary possessor conservator, and the only limitations being that third party who sleeps in the children's room. We'd ask that child support be awarded according to what the court believes is in the children's best interest. And we rest. I mean, that's it, Judge. Thank you.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Court finds I have jurisdiction over the parties and over the subject matter. I am, first of all, recognizing that when the parents executed the acknowledgments of paternity for each of the children, they created the legal parent-child relationship between Mr. Rios and the children. The rest of the order is temporary. Both parents have the duty to support the children. I heard no reason to rebut the presumption, and I'm appointing the parents as temporary joint managing conservators. I am placing a geographic restriction on the residence of the children, at least through the temporary order, to Pecos County, Texas. But I do share Mr. Rios and Mr. Rodriguez's concerns about this unmarried situation in your home, Ms. Rodriguez. So I am appointing you as the party to determine the primary residence of the children and to make the school options for the children. But there is to be no unrelated adult in the house from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. at the same time the children are in the household. Okay? So if your kids are there, the boyfriend does not spend the night. Period. Okay? I can tell you, back when I first started practicing law, that you would have lost your kids. You would have gotten rights. You would have gotten anything. They'd have taken those kids. Period. Because you're pregnant. Okay? That was 30 years ago. Things have loosened up a little bit. But what you got going on right now is not appropriate. All right?
Yes.
So hopefully, and getting engaged won't cut it. You'd have to get married. Okay?
Yes.
And if you're still on Medicaid and unmarried after this child is born, you and I are going to be seeing each other again, along with him. Okay, because that's what happens. The Medicaid gets referred over to the AG's office. I am awarding Mr. Rios a standard possession order, but I am going to put the restriction that neither parent consume alcohol or a controlled substance without a doctor's prescription 48 hours prior to or during any periods of possession. And the first line, as your attorneys can tell you, in the standard possession order is unless you agree otherwise. So if what's working for you is that he's your daycare while you're working, then that's fine. Okay? Otherwise, if you can't agree, you fall back onto the standard possession order. I do order Miss Rodriguez to maintain the children on the government medical assistance program. I find that Mr. Rios is capable of earning at least a minimum wage income, so that would be a gross of $1,256.67. Order you, Mr. Rios, to pay cash medical support of $113, that's 113, per month beginning February 1st, 2026. That makes his net resources $1,047.54. 2 children before the court, 2 other children he has a duty to support, guideline rate 20.63%. I order Mr. Rios to pay current child support of $216 a month, that's 216, beginning February 1st, 2026. I am reserving the issue of retroactive support until the final, and I'm reserving the issue of court costs until the final. I approve wage withholding. All payments must go through the state disbursement unit. Any unreimbursed medical expenses are split between the parents 50-50. There's not any right now. There is a process, though, if you do get any out of pocket because the kids get on insurance, Ms. Rodriguez, Mr. Valadez can help you see what that is in the court order. Mr. Valadez can help explain that to you if and when it's necessary. Since Mr. Rodriguez has requested a jury trial, and I'm not going to come down there and help you pick a jury, we will refer this case back up to the district court. However, even though that's still pending, you still have the option, if you disagree with my ruling to that extent, to file a de novo with the district court to have him review whatever issues you still remain or that you want to out of this. But you still have the deadline. It must be filed in 3 business days. That would be Wednesday of next week. And I'm not suggesting or telling anybody they need to file it. I just had to make sure both parties knew they had the right to file it. But Mr. Hawkins will prepare this temporary order for me. Anything else you need, Mr. Hawkins?
No, Your Honor, I believe that's everything.
All right. Anything else you need, Mr. Valadez? You are muted, so I didn't hear anything you said.
I apologize for that. Thank you, Your Honor, for your time. I have nothing else.
Nothing else? Anything else you needed?
If you could just, if I could ask the court to restate the numbers for gross and net and gross and net, Your Honor.
Okay, the gross is $1,256.67.
Okay.
The net, after taxes and the credit for the medical, is $1,047.54. So 1047.54.
Okay.
at 20.63.
20.63 being the modified percentage.
Yeah, being the two before and two others.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's it, Judge. And the support obligations begin February 1.
February 1. Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And the district court, I mean, retroactive is still out there. That
Understood.
is still an option. And then make sure that if y'all will make sure Mr. Hawkins gets the court costs, the AG's court costs gets paid by some party, because that's statute. Okay.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you all for calling in and participating. I greatly appreciate it. We are adjourned. Y'all are all free to go by pushing the red leave meeting button somewhere in the corner of your device. Y'all have a good afternoon and stay warm.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.